let's move on from the technical stuff and tell me your V3 time frame. What do you think if you would have to give it a day?
If you have to give me, if you
You
dare to
have
give
to.
me,
You have
if you
to.
dare to give me
You
one,
have to.
I would say it is in 2 weeks. But I have always been wrong on my time estimations. On the 5555 tour, we wrapped a car into pulsechain.com because we thought it could come out any moment. Well, since then, it took almost 2 years, right, since the sacrifice for a Pulsechain to be that close. But with all the things happening, it really feels different to me nowadays compared to, like, for example, 1 year ago. So 2 weeks, I gotta say, is my next time estimate for Pulsechain to come out, if there is no bugs
Two
or
more
anything like this.
weeks. And yeah, people, first of all, it is important to know that nobody knows. Even Richard Hart doesn't know, right? He thought it was going to be in May and he was wrong. So like nobody knows, right? Like so people ask influencers or whatever to give a time frame or a price target. Like if Richard Hart is wrong and the devs are obviously wrong, there's no way that we could for sure be right. But you did say 2 weeks and you did say there's a sense of urgency. And I've been saying that, yes, in the past, everyone was saying 2 weeks, but I think that there was this sense, back in May, right, where like E 2.0 was released following that, right, and there were just a lot of things that they could have added on. There wasn't this sense of urgency because Bitcoin was on its downtrend, and Richard obviously saw that there was a lot more downside to go, so he felt like may as well make it better, right? We're going 11K, but obviously he doesn't want to miss. I don't think he's timing the market like people think he's like waiting there with like Pulsechain already and it's all fake and he's just waiting for that moment. I don't think it's like that, but I think he figured time is on my side. I have time, but I think like he doesn't want to miss the upcoming bull market, right? Not really missing a bull market, not releasing a Pulsechain. That would be tragic, I think. So I think there is more of a sense of urgency and less leeway, to keep on kicking the can down the road. But what do you think?
Well, now I think we can ask two questions. First, the question: when will the bull market start? Like, let's say the button is already in for the entire crypto market, Bitcoin button, text button, so we can already see that. And now we have to ask: when does the bull really start? Is it like next month, or is it in 15 months, something like this? So we have a time period here, right? And now let's say we have a glass ball and we know on this day the bull market actually will start. Now I want to give the question to you. Do you think Richard Hart should launch Pulsechain way earlier to give weak hands the possibility to be flushed out? Or do you think he would like try to really launch it on the day of when the bulls are coming back?
I think it's better because he can't know for a fact. That's a good question, but I think it's better to just launch it. And I think getting rid of the weak hands certainly doesn't hurt. I think it's a good thing also. But I think it's better to just launch it because you don't know, and if you wait, you might miss it. You might miss, the biggest part. So
Exactly
like,
that.
people don't know the bull market's running until like we're already considerably into it usually.
Yes.
So
100%, and this is exactly my point. So my point is that Richard Hart will not wait too long anymore for the bull market will come here in the next 15 months, let's say, and I don't think he will wait all the way to release Pulsechain, and therefore I believe it's not 100% done yet. He's showing us the updates, and as soon as it is done, he will then release it, and this shows it is totally possible that it will come out in the next 2 weeks, because I don't think he will delay and wait on Pulsechain just so he can say he launched it at the very moment when the best green candle was there, because maybe the bull market already started when Hex was at 1.7 cents. Now we are at 7 cents. So maybe for Hex, the bull market already started. It would not be the first time. When Hex launched 3 years ago, it also took like 2 or 3 or 4 months for the crypto bull market to really accelerate,
yes.
So Hex was also launched before the bull market.
Yeah, it is interesting because Hex's top preceded the Bitcoin top, so the bottom could have preceded it as well. So could be going into the bull market, and you don't want to take any chances and possibly miss some of Hex's best price performance, to release Pulsechain.
So I truly believe that Richard Hart can time the top, right? He called the top twice. He can therefore also time the bottom. And something interesting from Matthew Olin, I got that idea. Richard Hart had this in his pinned tweet on Twitter that he will stop bragging about the top when the bottom is in. And now he just canceled this pinned tweet, right? He's not bragging about the top anymore. So could that mean that the bottom is in? It is an interesting thought for sure.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.